Hey, good morning. The time is at about 11:16. One second. Am I audible? Can one of you confirm? All right, so let me share my screen. Today, I think most of you would know there is a. I think I'm sharing a wrong screen. Just why this is so lean. One second. I think let's say on this window. So I'm trading. I have some hedged positions or the overnight positions on Nifty, but generally today I'm trading on Sensex. So I think most of you would know, right? So there was a monetary policy today morning that had some bit of an impact in the morning. There was definitely there were two things that market was expecting. Please, you face. Oh, you want camera as well? Okay, I have 1 second. I'll log in camera in a few minutes. I need to get prepared. All right, so let me give a bit of a narrative, right? So today, what happened was there were two news that are expecting, right? So one was definitely the repo rate cut, sorry, repo rate, and the second one is the CRR. So CRR is basically the percentage of the money the banks need to keep in their reserves, so that obviously it is reduced by 50 basis points at the 0.5%. That is definitely good news, but the repo rate definitely did not get reduced. So that is also that is, I think, my view, it's a one is positive, one is negative. So that's what which definitely happened. I think that's where you got to see the market. In fact, this was a repo rate first was announced. So after the repo rate, when the governor said that there is no change, the market actually dropped. But then he also said that here it is actually getting reduced. Then market actually went up. That's what you can definitely infer for today. I mostly do not see any manipulation at this point of time. Let's see how the day would actually goes. So, very good morning, Lalit and Ram, everybody. Let me quickly share the positions that I have. And okay, all right. So let me talk about probably the Sensex position. Sensex is very straightforward. There is nothing. I mean, I was actually in the PE side, but then at 10 o'clock, I'd exit with some stop loss, but again I entered this one 8181. That's where you got to see negative here. But generally after I exited this, I also started with 80,800 PE. So right now I think it is so far so calm. If this goes well, I think I get about 2% or whatever, 1%. I think for today, I'm okay with it. And but however, the most interesting things would be these ones, right? So these two are a combination. Uh, so let me start with December, right? So December, what I did was I had to do some buy positions. I will explain why I did the buy positions, right? I did let me talk about CE first, and then I did two buy positions, 24,500 CE and then the 24,000 CE. One is 72 lots and second one is 36 lots. And then I also have a only this is basically the PE only. Again, I'm expecting it's going to be definitely bullish kind of a thing, right? So this is the one. So this is basically just one-sided. There is no other things that I had put across. But then let's look at call buy. call by basically these two. One is 72 and second one is 36. And then this is because you got to see some losses here, right? It's because if it expires here today, if it expires, then I'll get into 5.3 lakhs losses. But again, this is because of the synthetic future thing. But right now I'm more interested in fact, I'm doing this bit of a combination, right? So let me go back to positions. So if you look at this person, this is a combination. These two is a combination. So let me explain the trading strategy here, right? So it's basically buying. It's technically, I think this is a hedge anyway. Let me get rid of this. So I'm buying call option, and also I'm buying a one more call option, and I also sold a put option. And then I have this is covered for this 24,200 C is covered for this particular thing, which is sorry, not this one, this one. 24,500 CE, and then we also have one more 60 lots covered for the 72 lots. I wanted to, I could add another 12 lots, but right now I'm not adding. I'll because of the last week there was a quite a bit of a massive movement in the Nifty, so that's the reason I did not want it to. I wanted to wait for a few days and then see. Probably Monday I would add. Monday I would actually sell some more call options, but I think this week there was definitely almost like 1,000 points up, right, after the previous expiry. Maybe I'm guessing this week is going to be a little slow, but then any movement might happen next week, but then we never know. I think the market has been quite volatile. I think this is the combination at this point of time, these two. And then the last one, this January is in isolation. So January I did a futures, and then which is 24th. I mean, number doesn't matter, but then this is basically about a future. And then I also sold a call option, but call option right now is in negative. This also is negative because yesterday I have closed this and then again entered. That's the reason you got to see some bit of a negative thing there. But ideally, I'm expecting this is technically kind of a covered call for the future. So in case, let's say, if the market is not in my favor and then it's falling quite substantially, then I'll have to obviously I'll make some money on the CE position, and then I will get rid of the sorry, I'll have to come with closure, and then maybe I'll have to reduce some lots here. That's what the plan right now. I think that's about Nifty trades, and let me take some questions before that. I think the Sensex looks little dull today. When I say dull, it's not much of a movement compared to what we saw yesterday, but I think this is fine at this point of time. 1% up, 1% down. So let's see what Sensex has in place for us today. I think those are all the trades that I have. So mostly this week I'm doing a bit of a bullish kind of a move. I think combination of these two. If let's say if expires here, I think it's going to be net loss. I think sorry, bit of a, I think net zero looks like, but if there is some kind of a up move, then I'll make some money. If it is not, then I will lose money. But as I said, I will probably, because this is a December 26th expiry, right? You got some more time to play with. The only reason I did not want to go full blown on the C was again last week. So it was a bad experience. I just wanted to go play a bit safe. So all Nifty trades, I think the capital used was 72 lakhs, 74 lakhs, I think. So because most of the capital went into Sensex today. I have exited some stocks yesterday, which are pledged. So that's where you got to see some reduction in the capital. I'll again repledge once I buy the stocks. I think that's the trade for today. Let me take some questions, right? So how to create a strategy with high range, and I think 1:1 RR is relatively easy, Vishwanath, so we can probably do straight away. How much? I think yesterday it was loss, and it was quite a bit of a loss, so that's all right. But again, yesterday because the market went up, I could compensate with the portfolio gains. But ideally, if I did not do the options, I would have probably gained some money. But it's kind of a net zero yesterday because I was on the C only, and then it got bombed, and then I obviously exited a bit early, so that's where I could save some money. But because portfolio went up, I was okay overall. Because I would look at most of mostly the net worth kind of a calculation, not necessarily losing money on the options versus on the portfolio. So that's absolutely fine. All right, so let's look at how to create strategy with the so I think first of all, right, if you wanted to create a strategy, first of all you need to have the view of market, what is happening, right? I think the Nifty is falling, but today I'm not much worried, so these are all hedged trades, so that's all right, so I can wait for some time. So short term, if it falls, it's okay. The reason is this is going to gain some bit of a money, but I'm sure I'm losing money on the 26th December, or maybe one of these, right? So I think these two combination, this is still okay, but I think I might be losing money on the January thing. That's all right. So January still got a lot of time to play around. I can always add some more quantity here. So let's not worry about January. These two I'm definitely would be keen to monitor for now. And I think I did explain the rationale for these trades, right? So basically on the PE side, sorry, on the 26th I'm bullish, 26th December, but the short term I'll not say bearish, but then this is obviously range bound kind of a thing, right? So that's what it is. I also have some little trades in the uh, angel broking. This is also same thing. I sold the December, sorry, I bought the December option and then sold the 12th December call. That's all. I think it's same, both are calls. So in case if the market goes up, I would be happy. If the market falls down, I'll be able to make some money on the CE sets. Again, this is also kind of a zero monitoring trade. I would not be really looking at what is happening. Only if market drastically falls down, I'll do some adjustments, but otherwise it's absolutely all right. So let's look at these are all the Sensex trades for now. I think there was some bit of a green here, but right now it's all red. No, November month, I'm in the net zero RAM. I had one or two bad days in the starting of the month. I was also not trading very actively because I had some health issues. So did not make money on the November month, to be honest. But then, as I said, the portfolio has gained quite significantly. That really helped me. But otherwise, I think the October, November are bad months. I hope December would be good month, but yesterday pretty much I became net zero again. So I think whatever profits that I make today, that would be for this week. At least I should make 1 or 2 lakhs today. Let's see. I think overall it's definitely not a good time from October. All right, so let's answer trade with Vishwanath this question, right? So let's do one strategy. So I think I made one video. Uh, you may, I'm not sure if you guys saw that, right? So one second. I think this video, sorry, this video, I think have a look at it, and this actually good video. I mean, at least good. I did not execute this that day, but I, I would have done that day. But then what happened? That the market fell down. But then I definitely did not do execution my own trade. So, but then we check this video once when you get time. This I think this is a good strategy. Probably right now it is a bit late, but I will also try to do one more strategy down the line. Okay, let's go back to, yeah. So to go back to Mr. What Vishwanath was asking, right? So first of all, we need to know the direction. Without direction, I think it's become non-directional, right? Let's say we stay positive on Nifty, and then I'm clearing everything, right? So let's go to Nifty and then build a strategy. And then the strategy, I think it's basically we're looking at our, so for example, if you think that, and usually I would suggest to take bit of a longer time frame, because longer time frames only can do some strategy. Let's say we all think that the Nifty is going to go up. So now we can actually sell the, I think, yeah, I'm sharing the right screen. And then you can, so currently Nifty is about 24,683. and then you can actually buy something here. But right now this doesn't look so great, right? Because your break even is until unless Nifty goes for 2.2, you will not make any money. So then you can actually reduce this a little bit. Let's say make it this one. So right now it's basically directional trade, and 1.7 is a break even. Until unless you actually reach here, you will not make any money. So that is one thing that you need to I mean, this is one way to do that. This risk reward is 1:1, obviously, and then the probability is 45%, and then you can do this. If you do not want to really do, you can also do, let's say, March. So let's say 27th. Sorry, 27th March is not working. Let's say we'll do for 27th March, which is this year end, right? So you can sell the. I mean, assuming that it's going to really go and then hit the all-time high, and then you can also buy a call option here. So right now the advantage with this is again, it actually shows that by March end, as far as Nifty moves by 2%, you will make money, and then from there onwards, obviously, you will not lose money, right? But then the challenge is the risk reward is not so favorable. So then you will have to get here, and then the now risk reward is 1 here, but then you will also need to do some bit of a trade-off, because it is also expecting market to really I mean, you will only make money when Nifty goes up by 3% from now. I think probably my view, it's mostly probable. That is something that you can do. I think now risk reward here is 1:1. So yeah, I think you can always play around and then do. You can also play with, let's say, you can do sell futures, and then you can do, sorry, you can do sell futures, you can buy futures, sorry, buy put option, sorry, buy call option. No, it doesn't work. Sorry, sell put option. Yeah, I think some of these strategies also would work, but you'll have to play. I think yesterday I did something. I'm not able to recollect now. There is actually one more thing called Jade Lizard. I think that's what which I did in my previous video. Suppose if you take, let's say, to 30th January, and let's say you sell this, you sell this. This is basically a straddle, and then you will also do one-sided. So one-sided, and then here you will probably do 2 lots, and then 2 lots. So this is also one strategy you can do. So downside, pretty much there is no risk. Upside, if it goes until 25, you will make money, and if it goes beyond 25, 6, 7, 69, that's where you start losing money. But then you can always cap with this one buy option or whatever. But then yeah, okay, I think this you need to put this side. Or you can just leave it there also. So you will have downside, there is absolutely no risk, but upside you have some bit of a risk. So assuming that the Nifty doesn't go beyond certain point of time, you can do that. All right, so let's clear this. So what is happening? Okay, I think all right. So okay, let's take Rohit Jain. Now, I think, okay, I'll be very honest, Rohit. So again, from my personal experience, a non-directional stopped working from pretty much from September, I think. September, we had this September 28th, we had this massive Sensex up move, right? So up move, down move, or whatever. So I think from September, it stopped working non-directional. So if you are doing non-directional, you have to do with a very, very strict hedges, which are very close, right? So probably you will probably gain about 10, 20 points, but not beyond that if you are doing a very strict hedges. But then you will not be able to do any adjustments. You just need to accept the losses and then move on. With the kind of moves yesterday, a simple iron iron condor would have worked, but then obviously with very strict very strict hedges, and then you'll not do any adjustment. So even if you have to do adjustment, you'll have to move the hedges as well. So that's the challenge right now. But I think at least what I had seen was the FAs are mostly buyers, right? So I think they're able to manipulate the market quite significantly. And that's what is happening in the market at this point of time. I think currently you need to, at least my view, right? You can be some bit of a directional with a what is a fixed loss, right? So for example, this kind of a strategy which I had shown just now. Let's go to strategy again. So for example, let's say for directional in the sense, let's say you need to have either bullish view or bearish view. Let's say you have Nifty bullish view, right? So you go and then sell some put option and then you buy some call option and then leave it there, and then you have a fixed profit, fixed loss. You can also, if you want to play around, you can play around something like this. Or if you do not want to do this, you can also, if you want to do, you can also do this. You can do here, and then you can also come and then do here. So top side there is no risk, but downside you do have the risk. So some of the strategies you can play around. The reason is again this one, right? So let's do two here. Let's see what happens. So here you do not upward upside risk, but then in case of the market actually falls, you will make some money, whatever. So I think my view, my suggestion is to get on to fixed profit, fixed loss strategy, because I think if you're doing the very naked strategies, right? I think as it is kind of market, it's almost impossible to sustain. I think people would lose their money within 1 or 2 days, and then they'll disappear from the market. Yeah. So for long-term career, definitely that's what which is important. Yesterday, put this in the last could have recovered the total loss as I exited my C short at 248, but then fall. Yeah, I think that's the problem, right? So yeah, agree, absolutely agree. I had seen some people. I follow one person, and then he actually exited 24,800 at the peak, and then immediately fell down. So yeah, we just can't help it. Yeah, I think there was definitely good decay. Yes. Advantage of the trade you were explaining stuff for going naked call or future buy. Okay, so 1 second. Let's go back to the. I think this trade, right? This trade, for example, this combination of these two, it would compensate with each other. I after this daily expiries are gone, I was thinking last weekend, and then my strategy is I wanted to stay long on the uh, I mean, for expiry, which is obviously December expiry here. So that's where you got to see I sold PE, and then this is basically hedge anyway. I think this is this, and then this is a hedge. This is the sold, this is the hedge. And then I wanted to stay long on the I bought some calls here, right? So basically overall I'm staying, it's basically directional trade technically. But then in case if your direction doesn't go very well, you do not want to get into massive losses. So that's where this 12th December calls, short calls would come into handy. And then if everything goes well, this give about 1.74 lakhs, and that's where you would actually compensate with each other. And also the moment you get into buy, right, you will get into decay, time decay. I mean, C obviously right now it is trading at about 867, right? However, where is Nifty? Nifty right now is about 24281. So the decay, it's basically if you deduct this one, right? So 863 minus 683, close to, there is a 200 points decay there. So suppose let's say Nifty doesn't move anywhere, right? You will lose the 200 points. Those points I wanted to gain here. That's all. It's basically technically it will become a net zero kind of a thing. But then it will not get into massive losses. But however, because I'm a looking at a more of a bullish market, and I will again reiterate it's a directional trade. So that's the reason I wanted to take this particular trade. So you have buy here and you have a sell here, and then because you got another 3 expiries to go, right? So let's say even if Nifty falls, I will make some money on here, and then I will also let's say once this expires with zero, hypothetically, Then I'll keep this intact, and then next week what I'll do is I will actually go and then um, sell these ones 29th December call option. So suppose let's say Nifty closes at 25,000, for just for the argument's sake. Now I would actually go on and sell maybe 25,500. I think that's the plan, and then you have 3 attempts to do that. That was my original plan, but last week it was kind of a bombed. So that's the reason I want to be a bit careful this week. That's all. I think, as I said, 30th January, I'm not tracking right now. And also there is no movement in the CE. I think it's basically, I think there are no transactions at this point of time. Because one thing is it is a little far OTM, and then this is, you have a lot of points to gain. I think if I go with this one, also this is a synthetic, I mean not synthetic, this is a feature, and then there is these two, one of these two need to match, right? So if it goes well, I have, I think the not stop loss, the break even is at about 26,000. It's quite far. Let's say if I make some money on the 26,000 CE with a decay, I will probably come a bit closer depending on the market movement. So these are all like a compensating trades with one each other. So that's what it is. All right, so let's go back. What is so these two I need to monitor. I think let's take some more questions. Yeah, I agree. That's I think currently my humble suggestion is to always get into fixed loss, profit kind of a strategies. Otherwise, with the current movements, right, it's almost impossible to trade. I mean, you'll have to quit the trading. So if it is not profitable, then there is no meaning in spending time and energy, right? So one day, if it is not making money, that's the call. That's the day we need to take some call. All right, I think there is not much happening, I think, in Sensex at this point of time. But then this is actually getting consolidated here. Usually when there is a consolidation, there is going to be some massive move. But then having said that, I think again, this is hypothesis, right? Because a lot of manipulation happened yesterday. Typically, one more manipulation doesn't come on the next day or next week. But again, they'll come back very soon. But today it could be, my view, a calm day. Let's see how the day would go. And as of now, 3 minutes it is actually showing bullishness. But what is this one? This is I think I'll have to put 30 minutes here. 30 minutes is showing definitely bullishness. So the bottom is at about 80,622 right now. In case if it has to break, which is quite far. Let's put some alert here, but then I think it's too far, right? So in case if it actually comes here, I'll lose money, so I'll put alert here. So this is basically at 81,400, which is the H5, and then this is obviously as I said, 3 minutes is definitely bearish at this point of time. I had put one alert here, 81,950 or whatever. My positions are too far, 82,500 somewhere here. My position is here, so it's a lot of journey to take for Sensex to reach there. And the bottom side, I'm at 81,000. Where is this? Here. I think probably I'll draw some lines so that it's, yeah, I think draw horizontal line. I'm at 81,000. All right, so we have too much to travel from here to here, but let's see. Yesterday, did it touch both the things? So yesterday did not touch 82,500, and also did not touch, I mean, obviously took a bounce from here. It did not touch, at least from the fall, 81,000. I hope this trade would sustain for today. Let's see. And let's also look at what is happening with the decay. I think decay is definitely good today. As somebody is saying, right? So from morning 10 o'clock, it's kind of decaying quite aggressively, which is good. I agree. By the way, Jane Street, I'm not sure if you guys got to see the news, right? So Jane Street offered one IAM guy for 4.3 crore salary. I think that was a quite massive money. I'm sure now you know how much money they're making, right? So it's yeah, that's part of life. So if you have money, you can manipulate the market. But if you do not have too much money, then you just need to follow. That's all. So I think I posted in Twitter. I'm not sure if you guys got to see. They made 14.2 billion so far, and then it is far more money than what they did last year. So as of now, it looks definitely bullish, bearish to me. Let's also look at 15 minutes. What is happening? 15 minutes, you have 81,000. Okay, all right. Let's wait for some time. I think I'll stay with 30 minutes here, and then. So there is quite a bit of a consolidation here. Today, I'm guessing it's going to be uh, non-directional for today, because yesterday there was a massive directional changes, right? So again, we do not know. Let's that is my view at this point of time. Let's look at open interest, if at all it makes sense today. So as of now, Sensex says the expiry is below 82,000. I'm somewhere here, so we still got some more way to travel. And then you also have one more solid pillar here. So yeah, I think PCR is also 0.9. Looking at all these things, I would still consider it's going to be a below 82,000 at this point of time. Let's see if the things would actually change as the time progresses. So I'm making only one move instead of 82,500. I'm moving to 82,300. That is only one move I'm doing currently. I think I just did that. That would give very marginal benefit, but that's all right for now. So I just moved to 82,300, and then I'm still here on the 81,000. 81,000 P. I'm not planning to move right now, because if it is a bearish move, then I will end up losing money there. So that's the reason. But overall, I think as I said, market is quite dull market. So obviously, because Nifty is falling a little bit, so it made money on the call options, short call options. But then I would have probably lost money on this one. That's all right. So we'll monitor this, and I'm sure I would have been negative on this. Yeah, agree. Let's do these two for now. I think if I'm able to make at least 2 lakhs on Sensex today, should be happy. Let's see if I'm able to make that here. 2.31. Let's see. All right. So let's again go back to, I think I need to change here. So premiums are pretty much negligible right now. The reason is there is definitely massive decay. That's the reason. And so this is the only time the premiums have picked up. This is at about 11 o'clock, I think. 11 o'clock, what happened? Yeah, 11 o'clock, there was some bit of a move from Sensex. Up more rather. That's where the premiums have spiked up a little bit. I mean, this is triangle premium. But after that, it is predominantly a negative red move. So Okay, I think this is a very good question. I'll actually tell you how they do, right? Um, so what they do is, I think this would be an interesting topic to discuss. I think let me go to Kite. Uh, See, let's look at yesterday what happened. Let's look at the Nifty. So Nifty yesterday, if you look at the 5 minute candle, right? So you got to see a pattern here. Let me get rid of. I think it's too disturbing. I'll open this one, trading view. I'll get rid of all the indicators for now. This I'll keep it for the. Okay, so let's go on the 1 day chart. All right, so this is what which this is basically Nifty 1 day, but I think let's go back to 5 minutes or 15 minutes chart. 5 minutes, I think it will give you good story. All right, so 5 minutes. So this is a Nifty chart for 5 minutes. Let's look at HDFC. I think they do ICICI Bank as well. All right, so on the left side you have Nifty, and then the right side you will have in a moment you will have HDFC. All right, so this is how they manipulate, right? So let's go to this got to be 5 minutes chart. This is 5 minutes. This is 5 minutes. So now suddenly you see yesterday Nifty obviously fell here, right? So it moved up. So HDFC obviously pretty much reflecting what Nifty has done. So these guys, what they do is they simply keep on buying, and then when it reaches here, obviously, if they have the buy calls, right, they will exit them, and then this is the place where they will probably leave it, and then they will exit the call options, and then again there is a consolidation, right? So here it could be a retailer, so it could be them, and once again it reaches here, whatever they bought, they would again sell here. So that's where they would actually make money from the stocks. Now, if you look at this is HDFC. You can also see Reliance also will follow the pretty much similar pattern. There is nothing else. So Reliance also almost the same pattern. There is nothing different. You can see this is Infi. Infi also absolutely same pattern. There is nothing else different. You can say ICICI, same pattern absolutely. So they do actually buy in and sell all the stocks at the same time. So that's where they will be able to make the index move. Then also, in fact, L&T also contributes quite a bit. Yeah, L&T also pretty much similar. And let's also look at TCS. What is TCS? All right, so let's look at TCS. Yeah, TCS also very similar story. Let's look at Adani is also part of Sensex, right? I don't think they would have probably manipulated Adani. They typically look at the top 10 stocks. Yeah, this is also kind of done. So now I think, see, one can argue, right? So how how all these stocks somebody wants to sit and then buy at the same time at the same volume. So that's the thing. That's where these guys, when they look at these volumes, right, they won't be very substantial volumes. So you can actually see they will have definitely some volumes, but then they will keep raising the. This is where I think probably the algorithm that they were talking, they do not want to really disclose how they really manipulate the stocks to get into options. I think that's what the. But then this does require definitely few thousand crores to go on and do this. At least if you have 1,000 or 2,000 crores, you can definitely go on and manipulate the market, and you will obviously make money on the options. So a lot of times before when I was not doing the options, I absolutely not aware why these guys would really go and then buy and then sell at the same time. So typically, if you take let's say I mean, generally logically, if you think, right, so take the Reliance in a day, from the business perspective, I don't think anything would have happened, right? At 10 o'clock, 11:30, suddenly there is nothing happened to the business where people go and then buy, and then probably at 12:15 they realize that, oh, nothing happened with Reliance. They sell off again, they realize that something happened with Reliance, go on and buy. So these are all, it's practically not possible. And same with the HDFC being a bigger bank, I don't think anything is going to happen within the day. But yeah, when people do manipulations, that's what it is. Absolutely, sir. I think if you have, there is no rocket science in the trading. So this is what which I realized now. Any books that you read, nothing would help you, right? So yesterday, if you really look at any indicator, right? No indicator would have worked yesterday. Let's look at Camarilla, and we all say that, okay, now there is support, there is resistance, and other things. Right? These are all my view. When there is a manipulation, nothing would work. I think these are all just to make us comfortable, saying that, okay, we are making a decision based on something, rather than a blind man's move, right? Otherwise, it will look like a um, buying a lottery ticket and waiting for returns to come. But if you have an indicator, at least we can blame the indicator. If something happens, say that, oh, I'm right, but the indicator doesn't show the right value. You will get some satisfaction. That's all. No, we are also doing the indicator today, but then that psychologically you will not be down. Otherwise, if you put blame on yourself every day, you will not be able to do anything in life. So something we need to blame. That's what it is. Yeah, I think if you have more money, you can make more money. If you have less money, you will lose money. That's the secret of stock market, nothing else. All right, I know it's a bit of a philosophy, but that's what the reality of life. And I think very great question, Rohit. The US options market is not very big compared to India, to be honest. And then here, what happens in India, right? There are a lot of vulnerable people, where people, again, I'm not saying that US people are educated, but then at least when people, even I know my 80% of my friends stay in US, right? I also was in US for a couple of months. So 12 hours. What happens, right? These countries generally, their understanding the stock market is a lot more better than what is in India. In India, I think most of the people, they would have probably learned from YouTube videos and following some people like me or anybody. I mean, I don't really sell anything, but a lot of people, they do say that, okay, you come watch this channel, you will make a lot of money, right? So I think our primary source of stock market education is the YouTube, nothing else. Again, I'm not generalizing. It's true for about 80% people, right? So, but compared to, I think, even my colleague, I mean, I used to work in UK for a couple of years, and um, there, in fact, people who are making a lot of money, they're afraid to put into options market. So they're okay with stocks. But India, what happens was everybody and anybody wants to get into options, and that's where they felt there is a lot of huge market here. I think that's what it is. So I think India probably might be easy market to chase if you have money. Oh, you bought. I do not know which position, but I think today there is a massive decay, sir. So the probability of making money would be very, very low. But I might be wrong. But of course, yeah, it's always that, Shinchan. I think if you have more money, you can play. But if you do not have more money, you just can't do anything. Okay, let me show my current trade. I think that's an ask. So I think these are all my positions for now. Sensex is doing good. I would assume market is actually going up. I'm not looking at the chart at all. Yeah, I think that actually indicates. And so as of now, these are all the positions. And if everything goes well, this gives you some money. This gives us some money. All right, I think that's what it is. These are all the positions right now I have. Sir, example, Ravinder, I do not know which positions you bought, but yeah, just look at the decay. Decay is quite massive today. So if I go back to decay here, right? So so far, I think except this particular little phase, everything is red, red, red. Tirupati, no, yesterday I kind of a net zero. The reason was I was on the C side and then I have exited, but then my portfolio has gone up. So overall, I think options obviously I lost money, but then because portfolio went up, at least I was partially happy. But that's not the day I wanted. Yesterday was bad day. Forex market, my view is a little difficult to manipulate, Shinchan. The reason is Forex market got too much of a banking RBA and then so much restrictions, right? So I feel it's not easy to manipulate, my view, compared to indices. So again, I personally never trade in the Forex. I think same with the commodity market as well, because commodity is just one entity, right? And then commodity also goes with the real prices. I mean, there is a physical underlying, so which means that the manipulation there could be definitely be limited. But I think today, if you really look at, right, let's say Reliance and say these are all like virtual prices, and we do not have. I mean, the underlying is there, but then you can always manipulate. I think within a day, 1 or 2 rupees here and there. I don't think it's going to impact the day-to-day lives of the people. But Forex, what happens is Forex, if in case if it is manipulated quite a bit, a lot of people they use Forex to, let's say, travel, right? So definitely the governing bodies would come to know what is happening. But indices, I think it's probably relatively easy to manipulate. Um, I'm guessing commodities probably are less manipulated, but again, I did very few commodity trades, and generally I do buy commodity, and then as soon as I make, let's say, 3,000, 4,000 rupees, I just come out. That's basically evening trade, just for 30 minutes or less than that. But to be honest, I did not trade quite extensively, but I'm guessing because commodity got a strong physical underlying, right? So either oil or natural gas or any of these things, you can't really manually inflate the prices unless there is a global event. That's what my guess, but I might be wrong. Will not be able to calculate the. No, I think IV and all these are all bogus. So yesterday, in fact, in one of the groups, somebody shared the video saying that why the market came down, went up. They're all looking at the support, resistance, and then what is the supply zone, demand. I think these are all my view. At least in Indian indices, my view, it's all doesn't make sense. I think the only way we can survive is fixed loss, fixed profit, nothing else. And that way, if there is a movement up or down, you will still make some money. But otherwise, it's there is no meaning in doing the unlimited loss, unlimited profit kind of things. I think that's right. That's absolutely right, Raghu. It's going to impact. Yeah. So yesterday I lost about 2% bits, and then my portfolio has gained about 1.9%. So that's where I felt it's okay, uh, not to worry too much. And yesterday I went for dinner, so okay. Did you buy these, Ravinder, or did you sell these? I think 81,000, 81,000. Let's see. Okay, 1 second. $81,900. 81,500. 81,900 C. 81,500 B. I would assume it's equal quantity. Sorry, this is C, this is P. 81,900 C and then 81,500 P. I think, so, as you can see, there is, and you said that you bought it 915. Okay. Yeah, I think you would have lost quite significantly. There is a very low probability that it will actually recover, my view. So we'll have some hope in case if it actually breaches this. But right now, as you can see, right, there is absolutely, if I go to Hekinashi, except this particular phase, there is absolutely no green. My view, I think this might end in 0. I might be wrong, but just be cautious. That's all. I think probably somewhere you need to take a call, right? So in case if you see another 2-3 greens, I think you should probably exit with some loss. Otherwise, it might end up become 0. Or otherwise, you just want to try your luck till 3:30. You can definitely stay on, but I think there is a significant loss from here, at least from 9:15 to now. You pretty much lost 600 points. So I think maybe just stay on and then try your luck, but it's too much of it. Probably somewhere here you would have exited at about 400 whenever you see there is a massive decay happening. Let's go back to this trade now. So I think this is okay right now. I do not see any other green candle. I think I should be all right at this point of time. So Rohit, so the way which I mean, I do calculate my net worth each month, and though I do not exit the stocks, but then at least on the net worth side, I do not want to go below a certain number. So I think that's how I do calculate. But otherwise, uh, I mean, sometimes I do exit the stocks, but the challenge is stocks, when you exit in the profits, right, it will get into that capital gains. And then because the stocks versus options, the tax rates are very different. Options, I'm sure you know, FNO, you need to pay that 33% or whatever, right? So taxes. But versus stocks, your slab rate is very different, and then you can't compensate from the tax calculations perspective. So if you make money in the stocks, you need to pay tax, but if you lose money in the FNO, that will not compensate. That's the reason I do not exit the stocks, and whenever I see some green, it doesn't make sense. But then overall net worth calculation, that's what which I think is the right thing to do. This is bets 0009. This is actually not a software. This is actually Insta options. Let me present the entire screen. You got to see this Insta options, right? You can try that. I use, it's a free one. I use with my Fires login, though Fires I do not trade much, but all right, okay, but because I think RBI policy, Sensex not much related, Ravinder. So I think probably Bank Nifty would have been a lot more closely guarded. either sides. But Sensex, while it has the banking stocks, but then uh, it doesn't have a lot of impact. No, you can't do that, Shinchan. Both are two different streams altogether. FNO loss can't be compensated. That I'm more than 100% sure. So because FNO is considered as a business and equity is considered as a capital gains or capital loss, one of those. All right. So let's look at what is happening with the Sensex right now. So I think the 30 minutes is still green and 3 minutes is still red. So I had put the alert here, so I'll have to change alert somewhere here. So this is the red one. Actually, this indicator I found quite useful. This is basically volumetric. It's called Vidya. Um, I mean, right now, Sensex, it doesn't show the real data, but if you go to Nifty, you can actually see the volume data here. So delta volume, ideally 30% above is seen as a bullish trend. And you can also see Nifty here. Nifty, I think 3 minutes will not be able to do much, but 3 minutes it is actually, while it's showing delta as 21%, but you can't consider 3 minutes as an indicator. But I think this you can definitely do. And also if you go to 1 day or 1 hour rather, 1 hour also, it's 1 hour is 13%, not so strong bullish. And if you look at 1 day, yeah, 1 day, but because it is actually taking some of these things into consideration, it's too far actually. That's where you got to see negative there. It actually calculates from here to here, so that's the reason you got to see too much of a negative there. But I think probably 1 day, as I said, not very applicable. Let's stick on to 30 minutes for now. At least it will give some good trend. What's going to happen? What is trend for this week? Yeah, this is Sensex, sorry, Nifty. All right, so let's go back to Sensex here. Oh, sorry, it's South Bank. My bad. Here you go. I was wondering why this is actually. So as of now, I think the short term it looks bullish, and then the long, super short term it is kind of bearish. So as I said, it has to cross this number in case if it has to blow up like yesterday. All right, so let's stay on here for now. All right, any other questions? But yeah, RBI policy, I think I know I answered this, but then it's kind of a neutral one. So that's the reason probably market did not react either sides. Let's put alert here, which is the lower low. and this is the lower high at this point of time. All right, so Rohit, this year has been bad. Last year is quite good for me. Last year, I think I made almost like 30% or 35% on the capital. But this year, I'm guessing I might probably end in the net zero kind of thing, because I had some bad months in September the 20th Sensex, and then also October. So I might probably, I'm not expecting to make too much money this year. But the thing is, last year I paid quite a bit of a tax, so that's definitely hurts me. But this year we'll have to see. Yeah, I think if at all, my humble suggestion is, if at all you want to make a lot of money in FNO, my view, it's not the place. It's going to be a little very difficult. And also, one more advice is, you should have sufficient capital to survive in the market. So that is also very important. No, Bank Nifty, I had one futures yesterday, but I closed yesterday with some profits. Right now, I do not have any positional trades in Bank Nifty. Probably I will do later today, depending on how the market is moving. Let's look at what is happening in the Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, okay, I think it's pretty much zero. I might do some things later today. I'll have to, probably on Monday I will do, or not today, depending on what FAS are doing today. I'll take a call. But right now I'm not in hurry to get there. Maybe I think a simple triangle might work, because okay, I think market is actually falling a little bit. Let's look at what is happening with the positions. Okay, these are all anyway compensating. Let's also look at Angel One. I had one little non-monitoring position, and this is also good right now. This is very less capital I used. I think probably about 10 lakhs, I think, or maybe 14 lakhs. Not able to recollect, but this is usually I use for the non-monitoring trades. All right, so I think this probably would have gone into losses. Yeah, it did. That's yeah. So as you can see, the C is actually not moving at all, which is a little surprising. But maybe I'm guessing not many people are trading there. That is also one more reason. I might actually add one more C depending on the condition on Monday. But right now, 20th January is too far, so let's worry when we reach there. Yeah, as of now, as I said, I'm not planning to do any positional, but then if you're interested, we can actually look at if there are any trades in Bank Nifty. I think the peak of Bank Nifty was 54,000 something. Or 54,500, okay. All right, so 54,000. Let's see if you do 55,000. Strategy builder. I think this looks like a good trade, my view. 55 shorting the 55,000 CE, but then I would expect it to wait till Monday and then see how the market moves. And the only reason is while it was a partially good news for bank, but getting to all-time high, uh, I think the chances are, my view, bit low. But I think even let's say if you get rid of 55,000, let's say go to 55,500. Uh, yeah, I think this, my view is a trade. This one, at least, what is the, get about 4.86. Yeah, I think this is 6%. This could be a trade, my view. I might probably do it on Monday. I mean, the advantage is I'm okay to short the C. The, as I said, I might gain on the portfolio. That's the only reason. So all right. So or I think we can also do a strangle. Just 55,000, 52,500. I think that might probably work. I think this triangle might work, which got a probability of closest 69% or the 70%, and then the break even got bottom 3.4. In fact, I might probably, if you want to take some bit of a bullish move, I might I'll go a bit aggressive and then do this also. Uh, this is also possible, but I mean, need to be very careful over interest. Yeah, this is Bank Nifty. The PCR is 1.1, so which is definitely good. But you also have a strong resistances here, 54,000, and then the 54,500. I think that could be a triangle. Probably could be a thing because until December there is no, I think, results. Nothing is coming, right? And there is no other uh, any other news that would be coming. I'm not. Let's check it here. Uh, There is not much of a significant news except there is a job loss claim, I think, which is there is a Fed interest rate decision on the 19th December. This might impact a little bit. We'll have to see. If they really do the rate cut again, there could be some impact. But then that impact could be very momentarily. 1 or 2 days it will be there, but that could impact positively in case if there is a rate cut. I think that's all. I think only this is one caution that might impact the prices, but otherwise it's okay. Also, look at FAS, what they did yesterday. Oh, they were pretty much flat. So I think they're taking rest today. I think there is not much of an action except Pro. They bought, what they did, they sold the put options, I think. Yeah, that's what it says. Mildly bullish, but otherwise, pretty much everybody is stagnant. There is not much of activity yesterday, at least from the OI perspective, I think. Can we make profits? No, I think algo trading is nothing but, so there also you need to have some bit of a uh, what you do, right? It's basically you will have to what do you say? You need to have some directional bias, just that your execution would be automated, but otherwise, at least otherwise you will not be able to um, really make money, to be honest. Just that you will run the same algo every day, same strategy, whatever you do manually, you do there, and then your execution is pretty much emotionless. That's all. I think the only thing is the emotional part would not be there, but otherwise, algo trading also you need to have some bit of a bias. You need to know what strikes you would take. You need to know what you should do, etc. But see, this algo trading, right? Earlier, probably, if you asked me 2 years ago, people used to do a triangle or the straddle in the morning and evening. By the time they come back from office, it will give you some money. Out of 20 times, probably 5 times you would execute the losses, but the remaining 15 times it will give some money. So generally, people made money. But today, I think in the current scenario, my view is going to be a little difficult. But however, having said that, if you're able to do some bit of a directional bias, directional trade, then what happens is you can always set, for example, let's go back to the. By the way, I also wrote some code for algo trading, which I do not execute right now. So for instance, instead of you monitoring everything, right? So you would actually put a condition saying that, okay, if you have, let's say sudden, you do the, yesterday there was a day break, right? At least this point of, when there is a day break, you go and then buy the call option. Then that will get automatically executed without you actually monitoring. And then you also put a stop loss saying that, okay, when it reaches somewhere here, you go on and exit. Some of those things, it will only take away the your manual intervention and then the manual bias. That's all. I think it will take away two things. One is manual execution, which otherwise you'll have to do manually. Probably machine is faster than you. That is one way. The second one is it will also take away the emotions. For example, if you're a human, you might probably exit here, you do not know, or you might probably exit here also. But then if it is a machine, you just say that, okay, as soon as I reach 20%, you go on and exit. So then there is no way that you will do. I think those are the two things. But then there is nothing like uh, only algo trading would make money, manual wouldn't make money. There is nothing like that, because as far as your strategy is good, you will make money anytime and anywhere. I think we need to put Sensex here. Anyway, algo trading, it got only two ways, right? One is you can do the technical indicators. The second one is you can do probability model. Probability model typically is for selling, but technical indicators model is used for buying. As soon as you meet some criteria, you go on and buy. Probability model is you do some strangle and then look at the probability of that making money, and then you go on and execute the trades. I think those are all the two ways that you can actually do. All right. So right now, 3 minutes actually shows some bit of a bullishness, but I'm not hurried to make any changes at this point of time. Let's look at what is happening with the decay. So this is not mine. So this is decay. So right now I'm at 82,300, and then the bottom side 81,000. Let's see.
You disable this skill.
Alexa mute.
Please enable.
Alexa mute. All right. Okay, so I think the decay is happening. Being a seller, this is definitely good news. And then only thing is this is 14 rupees, which I can probably make it as 25, which I will see what is the price for 20 rupees. I think it's 81,300, I think. I made just one change. I made this as 81,200. That's all. I think today is a bit relaxing. There is not much happening. Yes, I would have probably come online yesterday, but I was also doing a bit of a firefighting, so I did not have time to come online. All right, so currently I'm at 81,200 and 82,300, and then also look at positions here. So Sensex is fairly okay. All right, so let me take one more question. Can you trade in USFNO if you're no? If you're staying outside of India, you can definitely do Mahendranath, especially countries like Dubai, Singapore. You can definitely trade. I think Australia as well. But if you're in India, you can't trade. That's you need to have, I think, SSN there, obviously. So I think if you're in Dubai, you'll be able to definitely do that. I'm not sure if Dubai need SSN, but from Dubai, you can definitely trade USFN, but not from India. It's against FERA laws, so you need to be obviously not get the account also if you're in India. So CE we just moved, right? So that's the reason probably this is in red. But I just moved 81,200 CE. So let's see PA. Let's see how it goes. And so there is not much of a movement here, 2.42. Let's wait for some time. And I think the Nifty is going up. That's what I could see from my positions perspective. 26. Okay, this is good. And then this must be yeah, I think this also started giving some money. I think as of now, I think it's good. Where are you living, Mahendranath, currently, or in India or somewhere else? Let's go back to Sensex again. So there is not much happening on the Sensex. In the 3 minutes candle, this is bullish. And then yeah, I think this also is kind of bullish. So for now, I'm taking away all the alerts and then I'll add again. So one alert is here, which is this lower low. I think probably will now capture this lower low in case if it falls. And then one we will do lower high here, which is somewhere here. Awesome. Okay. You live in Europe. I think you from Europe. I think you can trade in US markets. Definitely, they both are friends anyway. So, but definitely Dubai and Singapore, I 100% know. But Europe, again, I do not much country live in. You need to look at the feasibility there. I think the US options, if you know the direction well, you can make money because the manipulation is definitely little less than what you see in India. At least my friends, my BTech friends, they do trade. So at least they tell me that it's not highly manipulated. I think if markets are not manipulated, then if your strategies are right and if your direction is right, you will make money. But in India, even if both are right, you will end up losing money. So that's the problem. Not cribbing, but that's the fact of life. So I think let's look at this little trade, what is happening. I think this is fine now. So the buy option has started giving money and then sell also, I think it's because of decay. Let's see. So we saw first time there is sorry, not first time, second time I think a green. So we need to be a bit cautious here. That's all. I think the US they do charge quite a bit of money on the leverage, Rohit. That's what I remember. But again, I do not know the this one. What is say the brokerage and other charges. So I think the paper trade is definitely good. Just that it will not capture your emotions. That's all. A lot of times we lose money because of the emotions, not because anything else. I was saying yesterday, right? One person, he was at 24,800, and then he exited the trade at the peak of it, and then next 1 minute it fell down drastically. So on paper trade, it would actually give you 100% money there, but in the real life, you would actually exit. All right, I think let's also quickly look at Sensex. I'll probably stop the live trade at about 1 o'clock. Yeah, I think this turned to be a little bearish right now. But anyway, it's 3 minutes candle, so there is nothing to worry. So this is the lower low right now. After this high, this is the lower high, lower low, lower high again. I think we should probably put a alert here in case if it breaks, we'll have to see. But right now, this is what it is. And then let me also see if we can draw some line here, some trend line. All right, I think we got to see some trend, definitely. Okay, I drew the trend line here. I think the top side, I can't consider this as the thing because this is a manipulated one, but I'll draw a trend line here from this peak. All right, I think this would actually break at about 145 and then see where it goes. All right, so let's see. I think this trend lines, not to say they will work or not, but the trend line breaking, right? It will actually say that there is some abnormal movement is happening. That's where you will be able to capture. I mean, ideally, in a good day, right? So not a good day. So for example, if this breaks here, right? So I would actually say that market action might further fall down. And same here, if it actually breaks this one, there could be a further up move as well. That is actually to give some sign. It's like a traffic signal, right? So you need to act on it. That's all. There is nothing else we can do. Not that it has to live in this territory. That's not the intention. The intention is this is basically that we are trying to draw borderlines, right? In case if the market goes out of this borderline, we can actually think that something abnormal happening. So we'll have to react on top of that. So that's the use of trend lines. That's all. In fact, you can actually draw from here also. I think this gives sufficient time till 3:30. Let's see if this is going to work or not today. Any other? Yeah, I think that's all I could see right now. A sensible trend line at this point of time. If any of these things break, then I think this is technically a triangle pattern as well. If you look from little far. So I have added alerts on the trend lines, and also there is alert on the lower high and then lower low. If any of these things breaks, we need to act on it. That's all. But generally, I think being a seller, it's very difficult to act very quickly. So we'll not have a lot of time because that's the. I mean, if you're executing a new trade, then it's going to be relatively easy. Okay, all right. So let's see. Let's wait for some time and then see. Let's also try 15 minutes or 5 minutes candle. What is happening? This is also bearish. Let's look at 3 minutes for now. Tulsi, I was in losses yesterday. I did explain in the starting of the stream. So just that it compensated with the portfolio profits. I was on the mostly on the CE side yesterday. Definitely somewhere I had to exit, and then I think only one trade that helped me quite a bit was I was on the. I think I have exited 24,700 and then I entered 24,800. That gave some good money when it fell down. I think that is the only only trade that I can feel proud, but otherwise it's a very bad day. Maybe I think I should do live trade when those situations happen, right? So it's I know it's not about making money or losing, but it's good to get some feedback from others as well. But generally, I felt I'm a lot more cautious when I do the live trade compared to when I do myself. So maybe it's a psychology. Okay, let's wait for some time because this is kind of hovering here and there. As of now, there is alert at the lower high, and then the lower low. I put it is here, but then I saw this one. But let's see. Is there any double top anywhere? So this is the only one double top I see. There is no double bottom. So let's also put some alert at the double top, which is 81,925. Yeah. I think probably this alert is not required now. So this is basically. Is there a way to write a? I think there is a way to write a comment, right? Oops. Oh, where is that? Mhm. Any idea where we can write the comment if any of you used trading extensively? Oh yeah, price comment. Oh, this is double top. Let's see if it is. And then all right, these are all the two comments that I have right now, just as a reference point in case somebody joins. All right, so I think, so yesterday, what typically, I mean, being a seller, right, so throughout my life, so what happens is, see, there is a thinking that obviously the price will not go unlimitedly high, right? So, and also whenever there is a strong up move, there is always a reversal, which typically happened yesterday, but then sometimes it may not happen also. So that was one reason I think a lot of sellers were actually sitting yesterday. Let's say take the Nifty. So I think even when it is here, you would have seen a lot of calls were written at 24,700, 400, whatever, right? So I'm sure they would have probably exited as soon as that happened. But then the sellers could be two types, right? So one type of sellers would be, I mean, retailers like us, we do not know what is happening in the market. The other type of sellers would be people who know that there is some manipulation happening. So they might probably go and then sell some more and then they will make some money exit. So retailers obviously do not know what's going to happen. So some people would have exited who do not know who doesn't know what is happening, but some people would have stayed who knows that what is happening. So I think those are the two types of people. That's all. I think I have exited 700 definitely with losses, and then as I said, 800 I have entered. I think somewhere here, but then it went into initially losses, but after that it gave some good money. So that's how I could survive a little bit yesterday, but the overall I was in losses yesterday. Let's stay on the Sensex for now. All right, so I think this is the, as I said, this is the pattern that we'll follow for today. And in case any of these things break, we will act. Otherwise, my view, there is no need to act on anything. So this will end on Monday, so we still got a lot of time to see if this channel is accurate. Let's look at what is happening with the positions now. Probably I'll start with the angel one. I think this is good. I think there is something, some wallet got triggered. Sensex crossing 81849. Let's look at what is happening. I think this is one of the higher high. I think that's what which is broken. But then we have alert on this also. So the next alert will happen when it is actually when this breaks. For now, let's wait for some time. All right, I think this is fine. So I think this gave money on the buy side and also on the short side. Short is not too much money, but that's all right. So this is a simple trade. And then let's go to the main trade. Um, So January is in losses. So January, if you joined a bit late, so this is kind of a covered call with the Jan future versus a short CE. I'll hold on this position for some time, and I'm staying bullish on the market until January. That's the main intention. And then these two are twin positions or the combined positions. So let's look at what is happening. So this is also kind of positive for now. Let's see. I'm not planning to exit any of those trades at this point of time. All right, I think Sensex side, what is happening? There is nothing happening on the. Okay, so the decay kind of stopped from 12 o'clock. So this gives, what is time now? It's 12:50, right? So from 12 o'clock, sorry, 12:30 onwards, so there is a not much of a decay. So this could be some sign of a reversal, or probably some up move. We do not know. We'll have to wait for some time and then see what's happening here. Let's look at Nifty. $25,000 CE, and then let's do 24,500. Yeah, PA. Okay, let's look at what. Yeah, you can see there is negligible. I think there is some decay, but there is a good decay from 12 o'clock. So Sensex did not decay from 12:30, but Nifty there is definitely some decay. That's some news. Interestingly, this weekly options also decayed quite a bit, almost like 80 points from morning. But I think my view, the Jane Street guys would have taken time off today. They would have got there everything yesterday. Yeah, I think there is some decay kicked in right now. If I go with the real candles. All right, so this was the last time 12:18, and after that it is pretty much hovering there. Okay, I think I will stay on this particular thing, but there is nothing much happening. I'll not speak for about 5-10 minutes and then see. Probably 1 o'clock, I'll resume speaking something. All right, I'm back, and 1 second. I think we have one question. Let me take. Which option? I think it's very straightforward, right? The spreads are the best way to deal with the current market without stop losses. Let's give some quick example, right? So let's look at Bank Nifty. You can also see these strategies below. Where is the strategy builder? I think the first thing is you should have a view of the market, definitely. That is very important, either regarding with bullish or bearish, and uh, technically you can do, let's say, bull call spread, right? So this is this is a fixed loss, fixed profit, and then it's 1:1. So you can always, I mean, if you want to make it, sorry, it's 1.1, but if you want to make it 1:1, you can definitely, yeah, this is 1:1. So this is, yeah, that's, yeah, bull call spread or the bull put spread, some of those things. Credit spread is a little different, I think. But yeah, this is something that you can definitely use it. Um, it. I mean, you need to have some directional bias, just that in case market actually, and then you can't have stop losses for this. It's just that either you will make money or you lose money. That's all. But then if you, generally my experience, if you just do one, let's say either you stick on bull call spread or the bear call spread, right? So you will make some money. But yesterday's market, it would have been a little difficult, right? Let's say if somebody is in the spread, they would have probably lost money, because it's there is a quite a bit of a volatile moment yesterday. So put call spread is also good here, but then your break even would be a little tricky. You can play around a little bit, but the risk reward is, this is bear put spread. Sorry. I think some of the strategies you can definitely use. And also I made one video, as I said, 3 days, not two, last week, I think, which is for the December expiry. Have a look at it, and then, but I think entering the trade right now would be a little late, because the trade break even was 24,300. And from there you start making money. But right now it is too late to enter the trade, uh, because whoever entered, they would have probably made some money by this time. Check that once when you get them. You can play around quite a bit. In fact, I was explaining earlier also. Suppose if you have a, let's say, bullish view for Bank Nifty, you can always do. Let's say you can start with one strangle here, straddle here, and then this got a this is absolutely a bullish move, right, until here, which is the max profit for this time. And then the bottom side you have, and then you can actually do one buy here, and then we can leave it here. So this also would work. So here the advantage is it will actually make money until the reaches all-time high, and then you start making more money beyond 54,800. And some of these things you can give it a try. So this is also one good strategy where there is no adjustment that is required. Yeah, I think this is a good question. So it's generally little tricky, but then I think there will be at least we can be probably, I will not even say 80%, maybe 60 to 70% right. So the first thing is open interest. So open interest, I mean, obviously the PCR is one indicator, and then generally 1.1 shows that it is a bullish. But then these things can change quite drastically, right, depending on what is happening in the world. But that's absolutely all right. I think the previous study that has shown, right, so for example, this one, the advantage with this kind of strategies, if the market falls, usually what happens is most of the times in the world, the news is bad news, not necessarily good news. There would be war, there would be this, there would be that, everything. So that point of time, this would actually compensate the overnight risk also. Let's say if the market falls, there is absolutely, you will not lose unlimited money. But in the market obviously gains, then you'll have to really think through. And if you have a strong portfolio, then I think the strategy would work. In fact, even if you lose money from beyond this point of time, but you will actually make money on the portfolio. But I think if you're doing just only options, then you'll have to be careful with the kind of losses that you would make. Generally, what happens is if you take the strategy, right, by the time you reach here, on paper at least you start losing money. Suppose if this reaches here, let's say on um, let's change the date. Let's say on 13th on 13th September, 13th Friday, if it reaches here, right? So here, so you start seeing some losses here, then we should not be panicked. We should have some view saying that, okay, this is not going to really do the all-time high. And also there is some support here, right? So that's where you will probably take that call. So PCR is one way to look at it, definitely. And also, if you generally go to individual stocks and the banking, for instance, let's do open interest for HDFC. This also gives you some good sense, right? So HDFC PCR is 0.8, and then you have a lot of calls for it. Sorry, a lot of calls for written at 1800, and then the probability of this going beyond 1800 is, at least here it says low, but then right now it is already crossed. Because it's already crossed, you will also see some things like 1870, or again this got a strong resistance here. Another I think how many 1 or 2% from here. Suppose if you go to ICICI Bank, PCR again 0.8, which is bearish. HDFC I think is 0.9, right? That's what I remember. Yeah, 0.8. This is also bearish. You have Axis Bank, that is also bearish, and you got a strong resistance here, 1200. And then you got Kotak. Maybe look at a few banks and then see what is happening. This is also, I think PCR is generally low here, while the overall bank Nifty PCR seems to be quite positive. Then I think you should take a call saying that, okay, this probably will not hit the all-time high this month, and then that's where the call that you need to take. That is one way to look at. The second way is you can also look at what FIIs are doing, I think, which is generally a lot of people would do in the world. I mean, when I say world, in India. So generally, if you look at FIIs, so they are quite bullish, right? I think the cash market, let's say. So now FIIs, at least this month onwards, at least from November onwards, they start buying, which actually, when FIIs buys, market actually definitely moves up. And this also gives you some good trend saying that, okay, market could be bullish. But then I think you also need to be, at least if you're doing options, that if you're doing sell call or whatever, you also need to know where it can stop. That is also important. That's where your OI will really come into picture. Right now, I think it's some bullish nature. And if you want to really modify this trade, where is our trade? I think I closed our trade. So let's again do a trade again. So you can also do, suppose if you are generally concerned, okay, it might probably go beyond all-time high, which is about 54,550, somewhere here. Then you can also do a bit of a reverse also. Let me get rid of this, and then add new trade, and then you can also do some kind of this also. Sorry, this also can. So this is basically it is bullish, and too much of a bullish also, it will not really make you lose money. But then the only challenge is when the market falls, you would start losing substantial money. That's important. Let's say if you do 2 here, it's 1:2, and then yeah, this, and if it goes to too much of a peak, you will not lose substantial money. That is also one strategy that you can. And also, this is, you need to be cognizant, this is all-time high somewhere here, right? So it's almost difficult to lose money. That's absolutely right, Anant. And then we can't afford to have the stop losses in the current market. And yesterday can definitely come back again in a week or two. I think that's the important thing. And you need to have, as I said, fixed loss, fixed profit kind of a strategy. So for example, this can also, you can make it as a fixed loss kind of a strategy, right? So in case of the market actually falls drastically, Generally, I think the markets can't go perpetually up. So if you take this kind of a thing, if market falls also, you not lose money, but then you start making money from 54,000, which is 0.7% from now. I think there is high probability that this actually would cross here. But if you do not want to do that, you can definitely get to one here and then the one here. That is also, this will become bit of a directional, but on the positive side. But then the break even is somewhere here, 51,004, 160. If you want to reduce the break even, you will only increase the lots here. Let's say I'm doing 1:3 here. So this is one way to reduce the break even. Pretty much right now, there is no break even here, right? But then you'd start losing money when Bank Nifty crosses all-time high. I think the probability is very low, and then it says 81%. So I think some of these strategies you can definitely give it a try. I think traditional 1:1 strangles, I think they will not work, my view. I might probably execute this strategy later today when I get the Sensex money back. I will do this. I think I'll keep this for now. All right, so I saved this and I will execute this once I get some money back. You can also do some more for also if you wish to, but I think right now this seems to be okay to me. I think one more thing that you can do, Anand. So while you do this, right, you can also do contra thing on the Nifty. For example, let's you do this, right? So let's now go to, anyway, I saved this right now, strategy builder, Nifty. Again, this is not a fully bearish, but then this is basically is going to tell you to what extent the market can go, right? So now there, what happens is if the market, banking, if the market goes up, will make more money. Here we can do some bit of a reversal also. You can do this strategy here. I think we did the same thing, right? So one second. Generally, the draft portfolios, they give good amount of money. That's the reality of life. So this already gave 138 rupees. So yeah, this is downside, right? So I think we can do the reverse also for the Nifty, for example. Trade strategy builder. Clear. Let's say Nifty, or maybe let's do Sensex just for the, because today we're trading Sensex. So let's do what was the Sensex peak? Oh, 85 it went. Okay, that's interesting. Let's take it as 85 500. Okay, 85 500. What happened? I think Sensex, the challenge, it doesn't have liquidity. That's the problem. I think we can't do Sensex. We will do Nifty. Yeah, this also you can do. 25, right? So let's do 25, 300. This is for the December expiry, and it got a 5% up, 4% down, and then can play around. I think there is something wrong here. All right, so I think we did the same thing there. Let's do.
Here's what I found.
Yeah, this strategy also you can do. Alexa, mute. So this is 2 here. This is 2 here. Yeah, this also in that if it goes up, you will make money here. On the bank Nifty also same thing, but just that on the downside, you do not have any protection here. That's the only thing. I think you can probably do some buy here. So you can do contra as well. I think let's look at what is happening with the positions. I did not track. I think Sensex, I think it did not decay at all. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm wrong. Yeah, it did not decay at all. So 81, 200 and 82, 300. Yeah, it did not decay. So why it did not decay? Let's look at what is happening with the market. I think it is getting consolidated. So this actually worries me quite a bit. Okay, 1 second. This is 3 minutes. I think we'll still stick to this one for now, and this, let me make it as 30 minutes for now. Okay, this is basically HDFC, so I have to go to Sensex. All right, so 30 minutes is still some bit of a bearishness, but that's manageable. And this is actually falling a little bit. Maybe because of this volatility, it is not decaying quite a bit. That's what I could sense. And yeah, I think there is some decay now. This is good. Here the plan is if I get to see 2 consecutive greens, I will probably exit. That's the plan right now. So right now, I think this is a triangle pattern very clearly. We'll have to see whether this is going to be broken or not today. Yes, I did some, but then it's very negligible amount. It's like negligible. So they typically gives about 9 to 11% some bonds, but as I said, it's negligible. Suraj, I think it's same for me. It was like I was shocked, but then yeah, we'll have to move on, right? So there is you just found anything? Ping me in Twitter. We can definitely discuss. I think there are probably ways to do more money with the. There is something called systematic transfer plan. You can make a lot more money. I think again, it's not a what is a 100% commitment, but we're able to really do a staggered SIP in the mutual funds. I think you can make good money, very good money. I think that's a yeah. I think good timing. 11:45. I think there is quite a bit of a decay. You would have probably made some more money, but that's all right. I think you should be happy with what you got. So Suraj, this happens typically when there are less buyers, right? So usually the buyers would trip the market. So when there are more buyers, the decay doesn't happen, which definitely was the case yesterday. I'm guessing these FAs, they would have probably got into too much of a buying of the options, either both put and then call. That's where you got to see both the sets. It got hit quite badly. I think market started falling down. Um, this is lower low. I think. Let's look at what is happening with the. I think we saw some spike here. So as I said, if I see one more green, I'll have to exit the trade, or probably I'll do one adjustment and then wait for. There is not much of a money to make here. So I did just one adjustment, which is C side move to 81,100. I think that's this is green right now. Sorry, this is red right now. In case if this becomes green, I would allow to perhaps exit the trade. All right, so let's again go back to Sensex. What is happening? So it actually fell down quite a bit. However, this also broke one of the lower low of earlier, and then you have the next alert. We'll have to put it here in case if this also breaks. Then we'll see what to do. And my view, I think this green is the ultimate support for today. Probably would have taken red color here, green color here, but that's all right. So let's see if this is actually going to be honored today. I'll also draw some vertical line just for the reference. All right, this is the end of today. Oops. Okay. Let's go back to 3 minutes. So market further falling down. I think if it hits this one, we'll see. I think there is a decay is also going down badly. So there is one green here. We'll see if there is one more green, and then I'll have to exit at 1.2 lakhs, I think. Overall, let's look at open interest ones and then see. $81,000, 82,000 seems to be quite strong. And also you have strong resistance at 81,800. But I'm not planning to make. I mean, I would have probably gone to 82,000, but right now I'll not make. It's too close, and then at least I'm here right now. You got two resistances which would stop the market, hopefully. So this green apparently became red right now, which is good news. And then you got another 50 seconds to go. Let's see. I think the day should be good. Either you are a buyer or seller. At least you know what is happening. You have control on what is happening. That control gives some confidence or some peacefulness rather. So as I said, I will probably execute this trade. Where is this our draft portfolio, right? So this one. I'll execute this trade later today when I get some money back. This seems to be reasonably good to me right now because I'm not expecting bank Nifty to reach all-time high by December end. Okay, so the risk reward is 1.6. Okay, let's see. All right, I think let's look at what is happening with the angel trade. So this is good. I think both P and then sorry, both short and then long started giving some money. I mean, obviously this gave money in the morning, and then the short is actually there is definitely some bit of decay, and these are all anyway equal numbers, right? So I'm not expecting too much of a losses at this point of time. Green there, and then let's see if it's going to be one more green or red. That's important. So you got another 1 hour 24 seconds left. Today Nifty is also decaying quite well, which is except this move in the morning. It's from 9:30 there is a good amount of decay. So technically this can be a double bottom, yeah. I mean within the day, obviously not a massive, but we'll see. There could be some reversal from here, or if it breaks, there could be some fall from here. One of those things can happen. So this is basically at 81,700, I think. But right now, I think 81,800 got a strong resistance. Let's see. So the OI is saying that it has to fall, but then the double bottom here, double bottom did not happen yet. If it reaches here, I think it will happen. Let's wait and then see. I will be on video in a minute. It's been some time. All right. Okay. So what is happening? So I think market has some bit of a reversal here. Let's see. So as I said, yeah, market has some. As I said, this could be double bottom within intraday. Technically, it is. I mean, this. If you ignore this, let's say if you go to 5 minutes or even 15 minutes, for instance. Yeah, if you go with the 15 minutes, this is kind of a double bottom. As I said, there could be some reversal, which actually happened. In case if it breaks, then there could be some more downfall. Give me a few seconds. Let's look at what is happening with my positions. I did not check. Oops. Okay, so I think there is definitely some decay. Let's look at, yeah, I think there is this decay, right? So this is good news. I think this one move is pending. I might probably get into 82,000, but I'll wait for some time, not in hurry. If I see probably at least 3-4 red candles, I think that point of time we can definitely get on to 82,000. But right now it is absolutely okay. So if I go to 82,000, okay, I think we can wait for some time, not in hurry. All right. So we had only two green here, two green, one green, and then there is one green. So I think probably for now we can safely assume that if there are three greens, that's the time we'll have to exit from the trade. Right now, I think it is absolutely all right. So I'm also checking the trade flow here. So it's actually, as of now, 1.38. That's what it shows. Today's triangle was working good. 2400, 2500 exited. Okay, that's very good, Anand. So again, there is some kind of reverse. We'll have to see whether this is actually going to be tested now. In case if it actually, let's move to 15 minutes and then see what's happening here. So this is a massive downward trend candle, but then this is only just started. We'll have to see if this breaks now, there could be some bit of a fall. So I put an alert here. Let's see if the alert is actually going to be triggered. Yeah, it did. So one more is this green one. That is also done. So as of now, so I think currently it could be safe to go to 82,000, which is about just 4 rupees, not a much money, but I think I'll not make change, right? It's just negligible money. So okay, I have an option to get the margin. Let me see if I can move the hedges. Oh, this stupid severe rules, right? I'm guessing why I do not have a lot of margins. So I think we have this reduced margin. I forgot about this. Okay, that's not good. All right, so I got some margin. I moved my hedges a little closer. I can add some more trades. Let me share my trade flow. Oh, Reliance fell. Okay, let me just check. All right, so, but I think these all go hand in hand, right? So probably, I think Reliance got a bigger weightage in Sensex, if I remember correctly. I think you have ICSF fell, Infi fell, Reliance fell, HDFC stayed calm. This is bad side. Oops. I think we had pretty much 2 3s to 27, I think. Okay, let's see. But I can't see the weightage. Yeah, Reliance got the biggest weightage, so that's the reason I think. Yeah, I think the Sensex is usually manipulated by Reliance. So we got the TCS and Reliance HDFC in that order. Let's see. Okay, anyway, kind of recovered now. I'm going to add some more trades at this point of time. Just that I got some little money back because I changed the hedges. So I will make this as round figure, which is 160. It's basically 840. Okay, I think this is 720 to 80. I think I do not have money. That's fine. I think that's because of the reduced margin. Usually I would never struggle to do 4,000 quantity, but today I think that's, and also I have these Nifty positions, right? I think that is also one reason that took away some money. Okay, right now I'm at 82,000 and then 89,000. I think somebody asked right earlier whether this trend line would work. I think it worked today. Yeah, this trend line we drew almost at 12 o'clock, right? So it pretty much took the resistance here and then moved back. Let's see if it is going to sustain. But on that note, I'll also adjust. This is technically both are similar. And then I'm at PE 81,200 and then the CE 82,000. And I think I'm not sharing the right screen. All right. So there is definitely some decay, definitely. So I think I don't think I need to go to 4 and 4. I think let's give 1 and 1. All right. So this is 41 rupees right now, the premium. I hope this becomes 0. That's the that's the hope, but let's see. I think the Sensex manipulation usually happens through Reliance. That's where probably that fell down, right? So we got. So I think if you really look at how Reliance, TCS, and then HDFC, as of now, I think the Reliance seems to be okay. I think it fell down a little bit. You were right. So started at 13,200 and then it fell down. But I think over okay, it's a negative right now. Okay, that's interesting. But why it is showing in the gainers here? It has to show in the losers, right? Probably it gained from yesterday, maybe. All right, let's stay here. I think we'll go back to this one. That yeah, this is 5 minutes, right? So 5 minutes still some bearishness. Let's see. Okay, okay, got it. Thank you. I think BSC site will have this data, right? No, I think this also will have. Fiats will have. Oh, it doesn't have Sensex here. Okay. But generally, if you look at Nifty, yesterday I was looking at doesn't have Nifty. This one I can do. All right. So Sensex, we have 16 gainers versus 14 losers. And then let's look at, I think sector, let's look at what is happening. So diamond and jewelry, okay, which is Titan and, okay, Titan, okay, that's fine. Oh, Titan White is saying diamond and jewelry, okay. I know they have diamonds and jewelry, but watches are the, okay, market cap. Banks are pretty much subdued. There is not much of a movement, and major to minor this one. And stocks wise, yeah, I think the Reliance is negative, and then the HDFC and Infis. I think pretty much got anyway 16 is to 14 right now. There is pretty much like equal. Axis Bank is up, and Titan is up, Maruti is up, and Infis down, and pretty much everything else is not much of a movement. I think that is good news. Okay, let's keep this here for now. Let's go back to our decay strategy. Today is like textbook trading, right? It doesn't, I mean, yesterday was not the textbook trading. Yesterday is out of syllabus. Today you can follow all the things and then probably things would work, but mostly would work. I'll not say for sure it will work. But yesterday was very different. Yesterday is out of syllabus paper. It's a quite difficult day. All right. I think this is good for now. So there is a constant decay. Let me also get to normal candle. Yeah, this is also there is constant decay. But right now, as I said, we can probably exit the trade. We will exit the trade in case if we see two green candles or the 3 green candles. That's the plan right now. All right. Okay, any of you are trading in Sensex today? If you're trading, let me know. Yes or no. So we have one person, 81,100 to 82,000. Okay, I think that's very close to the trades that I took. I hope we both will make money today. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Good for us at least. But I would be a little concerned because I also have the buy positions. This is okay, not much impacted. I also have one sell here, so I think that probably compensated a little bit. Let's stay on here for some time. Right, so okay, after spending so much time, we'll end up with 2 lakhs. So hope we'll not lose that money. That's important. So what is happening with the Sensex? Let's look at. Okay, so this is, let's see if this again will be honored or not. I will end the live stream at about 2 o'clock. Probably a little bit adjustment I can do on this one. Okay, let's stay here. Top also can adjust to the body rather than wicks. I think this probably would be the latest thing. We'll see whether this will break our honor today. Let's also look at decay, what is happening. That's important. Okay, I think there is a massive decay at about 1 o'clock, I think, 150. I think probably we are approaching the end time. Okay, let me pull up the clock. Yeah, I think we're left with another 1.5 hours. I think that's where, I mean, 2 o'clock, let's see if there is going to be any manipulation at 2 o'clock. I think the next candle also red one, which is good news. I will end the live stream at about 3, I think, after 2 o'clock, another 2-3 minutes, and then see what is happening. But otherwise, let's stay on. GMAT week, what time I entered the trade? Because morning onwards there is a good decay, except early in the day. I think except this particular one, which is at about 11 o'clock, there is a good amount of decay. Yeah, except this particular little phase here and then here. Okay, great. I think that's a good timing as well for today. That's great. Anyway, congratulations. You would have made some money, definitely. So right now, I would stick on to below 82,000. Sorry, yeah, below 82,000. That's where I had these positions as well.
14 hours.
Yeah, let's see if 2 o'clock. I think maybe most of 2 o'clock, 2:30, I think, or 2:25. There is all the bulk deals and other things would happen. I think all of us achieve at peak. All of us. So you are not alone. So I think yesterday, if you lost money, I think you should not regret. That's absolutely all right. So whatever the strategy that you would put in, it would have probably failed. It's some bit of a execution and then the luck. I think that's what which probably would have made people make money yesterday, because it's a highly manipulated day. So nobody would know what's going to happen in the next candle. So that's what I said. Today is probably trading out of the book, but yesterday is out of syllabus. So you just can't really predict anything. So today you can see, right? So suppose we can always say that, okay, if this line breaks, probably there could be some more downfall, and then probably it will stay here. It's a textbook textbook trading, but yesterday was different. Agree, but I think, see, we never knew, right? We can only do a postmortem after the 3:30, but I think yesterday's moves are unpredictable. It's impossible to. Yesterday, I saw somebody made a video saying that why market took support, but I think it's all once you after 3:30 you can always make a theory, because you can always look at the chart and then say, hey, there is a support resistance and all the story. But in the market, it's impossible to really predict. That's the problem. It's basically when the after patient died, we can always analyze, right? But when the patient is dying, what is happening, that's knowing that is a lot more critical. I remember the date. 30th April, I remembered, yes. All right, then I think it's 12:03. Sorry, 2 o'clock and then 3 minutes, and then I will end the live stream for now. I will update in. I will probably I'll post once the trade gets over, and in case of any surprises, I will again join back. And I think I remember the date, 30th April. Or April, definitely there was a massive manipulation that time. I remember that. All right, then have a great remaining day and also have a profitable day. I hope there won't be any jokes from here on. I mean, for today, obviously, tomorrow we never know. And have a great remaining day. Bye bye.